the lean over trees, the little trees that I showed y'all the other day, all the stuff that's just blown leaning over, and there's a lot back here in this stand. I'll show y'all some of it. But I was asked, will it straighten itself up? Will it straighten up over time? You know, will it straighten? Will it stand back up right? Or will it, you know, how will it do? Will it fall over dead, or you know what? Short answer is no, they will not straighten back up to a degree. The biggest reason is whenever they lean like that, pine trees are a very soft wood. They're very soft material. So as that tree pulled over, whether it's either bowed, bent from the wind, you know, it's bowed like this from the wind, or it just leant at a 45 like so, or less or more, you know, degrees, that tree is forevermore going to be either bent like this or bowed like this. Bowed like this most of the time, it's going to end up snapping on off and dying later on, especially when the tree goes putting on more size. It can't support its weight no more. The fibers are damaged inside the tree. They're pulled, torn, busted up. The tree is essentially dead. That's why in a lot of these places that y'all saw, it's not completely blown down on the ground or broke off. It's just bowed and bent real bad. They're going ahead and cutting that because it's going to die. Same thing with a leaning tree. You risk a very high rate right now for this fall or this winter, with it being at a 45, and they're most especially being large trees, when it goes to getting wet, because most all these areas that got damaged are in wet, primarily wet, you know, shoot, they're probably wet 8 months out of the year. So if it's leaning and then the ground gets even wetter than what it was whenever it got leaned over, because it was actually pretty dry at that point, you then have the risk of those leaning trees. You're hoping and praying they're going to stand, and then they end up falling down too. So then it's too wet. You can't get in there and get it. You're done. I'm trying to put a loader in back here. But anyway, so short answer is no, they will not. That is why we are salvaging the stuff that's leaned over really bad. The other thing they will do, if they do survive, the really young trees, small first thinnings that's been done in the past year or so, they stand a better chance to survive than the other trees. The big trees that's leaning are bowed over. What they will do is they will, if it's laying down on the ground, it will either continue running on the ground like a snake. It'll just grow in an S pattern until something kills it, or we come in there and mow over it and kill it with the machines, or it will bow down and then it'll like bow back up. It makes like an S pattern going back up, because the tree is always trying to go towards the light, towards the sun, and it'll bow down and then back up, and y'all seen us before in some of the thinnings. We get into these applications where the trees are just really snaky, and that's what that was from Hurricane Rita 15 years ago. Those trees were, you know, yay big around, and laid down, blew over 45s, and they were all like, oh no, they're gonna stand back up. Sorry, y'all were wrong. But no, they're not going to stand back up. Young plantations, they'll just let them grow, and what we have is what we have to deal with. I guess it's just part of living in this area. You're going to have crooked trees to work with. So that's that, guys. No, the trees aren't going to stand back up, and that's why we're clear cutting so much of this.